Hi guys, it's me Kristen, and I am uh, making a video today because I want to talk about daily energy, but I also want to talk about the eclipse that's happening July 27th. And I have to tell you that the last 2 days, okay, I have gone through, like, I could feel the shifts in the energy. And I'm not saying like I'm the biggest, spiritual guru. There are people that are much more in tune than I. I mean, I definitely have had a spiritual awakening 3 years ago. I am on my journey. I am on my path. My intuition is much more open than it was. And I think because of that, I feel things much more now. I always felt things. I mean, I'm a Scorpio with a Pisces moon. So I always had that little bit of, you know, I don't know, kind of feeling about things. But definitely through meditation that I've been doing and work and my third eye is definitely opening. And, I think that's what this eclipse is really about. It's about opening your third eye. I don't know if any of you guys have watched Oprah's video about the law of attraction. Okay, she's just talking about how it affected her. And if you've seen The Color Purple, I mean, you got to watch that movie. It's sick. Or the play, or read it. Um, she had read it, and she had really wanted the part. But it was months, and she wasn't getting a call. So, she was heavy at that point. She went to a camp, well, not a camp, like a place for losing weight. I don't want to call it a fat camp, but that is what she called it. And she's just disappointed, crying down about not hearing about this part. And one day, she was taking a walk, and she's crying, and she's just started singing, "I surrender, I surrender, I surrender." And that was her surrendering to the universe. And while she was doing that, which was amazing, she, somebody came to her and said, "You have a phone call," and it was them telling her that she did get the part. So, that's just talking about manifestation. And if we believe, if we surrender to the universe and we say, "You know what, I got it, this is going to happen, that's it," and feel positive and put out positive vibes, that things will come to us. Well, during this eclipse, I think it's like really important to remain positive. I mean, like, a lot of us are, and I know me included, are like afraid, like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? What's gonna happen? Is this tower coming in? Is this tower gonna be terrifying? Am I gonna be able to deal with this? Um, yeah, that's the way I feel at the moment. And I've been trying. The way I've been coping is like meditation. I went out today for 2 walks, and I actually sat there in the rain. I mean, I'm a water sign, so like, and I just wanted to feel like the water cleanse me, and just I wanted to be in that moment and with nature, because I don't know. I was watching another video, and it talks about like the only time we have really to speak to spirit is now. And if you're not in the now, if you're caught up in worrying about the future, or if you're caught up in like regretting the past, you're not open to receiving the message that spirit wants to give you, a God, whomever, that you call it, that the being that created all of us. We are just like a vision in, the creator or spirit's mind. And mind is just a word, mind. But and we're all destined to do certain things. And if you like sit back and take like a back seat from it, and not like try to control it, it's easier on you. And I'm really trying to do that. I'm an extremely controlling person, by the way. I like I like things to go my way. I like to be in control of it. I like to know what's coming next. And I'm also a person that like, I mean, I grew up in a Catholic church. Fear, fear, fear. Okay, so I'm afraid of everything. Like, oh, I did this wrong, I'm gonna be punished. I'm gonna be punished. I'm gonna be punished. And so again, like I operate out of fear, and that's not the way to operate. And it's very hard to reprogram your brain. And I have to tell you that I was in the Catholic Church. You know, I taught in Catholic school, and I was part of that from the time I was in kindergarten all the way through. You know, I taught Catholic school for 16 years. So, you know, very, very programmed. Very, you know, and it's hard to let those, those, feelings go. You know, and I'm not telling you that I'm not still spiritual, but, you know, again, like, I believe more in kindness and, you know, giving out what you get. And a lot of people, like, feel like, oh, there are these rules, right? And you have to go to church, and you have to go to confession, you have to do this, you have to do that. I feel if you're a good person, that you're just going to be rewarded by spirit, and whomever, you know, controls, you know, spirit, God, whomever controls this is, you know, seeing that, and you're going to eventually get rewarded for it. But operating out of fear is just, I feel like I'm so heavy and so burdened by things that have happened to me. I'm Scorpio. We tend to hold on to everything, and plus I have a stellium in my 4th house, so that's really a lot of fun. But you know, I'm not like complaining about my chart. My chart is my chart. That's who I am. That's who I came here to be. But that's a struggle. It definitely is a struggle for me, and I don't know what sign you are. I don't know what your birth chart looks like, but for me, I'm telling you, it's a major, major, major struggle. So I really hope you guys are like taking care of yourselves, and just, you know, being kind to others and all that. Like I said, I just want to give a mention to, you know, one of the people that I watch, one of the readers that I watch that, you know, believe me, she's on a different plane. I mean, this woman is super, super spiritual, and I really totally encourage you to subscribe to her channel. You probably are already, but Mystical Moment, I adore her. I really do. I have a reading with her, 888, and she explains things like much better than I can, but she really inspired me actually to, you know, I've done tarot for years, like with my friends and stuff, but like I feel like watching her I get better, and I really want to thank her for that. She's a big inspiration to me, and she's so kind and compassionate, and you can totally see that with the way that she treats her children and her you know, her animals, and she's just like a beautiful spirit. And watching her every day really has brought me a lot of positivity into my life, so I really appreciate that, and she's totally my inspiration. So I just want to give a shout out to her. You know, again, I'm not here to copy anybody or be anybody, but I'm just here to speak my truth. And if you like me, you like me, and if you vibe with me, like, you know, vibing with people is extremely important. Okay, there's certain readers you can watch and you'd be like, they're so cold, you don't even like vibe with them, and I feel like it's almost like they're just doing it again for the money. And when you watch Court, you know she's not doing that. She's for real, and I am definitely for real. And you know, if I'm not perfect, it's something I'm getting better. I don't know. I was vibing with my friend the other night, and the 24th really hit me. I have to tell you, July 24th really hit me. July 24th is a special date for me. It's not only my best friend's birthday, but it was my anniversary with my ex-husband. So, but I was vibing with, chilling with my buddy, and it was so weird that we were hanging out, and like, I don't know, he was able to like unlock something about me from my childhood that I didn't even know was there, and it was like, holy shit. I felt like I was like a little girl, and I was transported back into time, and like seeing things. And that's been happening to me for like, I have to say, like the last, you know, week. I've been having like these deja vu moments. I went to my cousin's house in the city, and my cousin and I and my mother and my cousin's wife and the daughter and his friend, and we were all hanging out in the apartment in the city. And I don't know, there was a situation with my mother and my cousin and me, and it just like it was like a deja vu moment of when he and I were little, and my mother, you know, like yelling at us. It was just so weird. I was like, I felt like I was that little girl. You know what I mean? So my inner child, I feel like, is being activated by this to release certain things. So maybe like that, maybe tap into your inner child. I've definitely been doing that, remembering who she is. And because remember, a child comes into the world and a child doesn't know anything and they look for guidance. And, you know, again, like we think we know everything, but we don't, because we're adults and we're programmed. It's better to be like, more like if you go with like the Taoist point of view, like and the Buddhists, like being empty, we're empty, and then we just have to fill. Okay. Well, another thing is being grateful for what you have, and not telling spirit like I want this, because that means you don't have it already, and spirit's gonna just take up I want, and then you're not gonna get it. It's kind of like you really have to believe that you already have this and not only feel that, but like you have to feel positive about it. I don't know. I've been trying to do that. I kind of feel like it worked like a little bit for me, but I'm still like the fear's still there. Fear's still there. Okay. So let's do like a daily reading, like a 4 card, and like see what's going on, and then maybe clarify those. We'll do like 4 cards and just see what's going on, and daily energy, July 25th, 2018. We're all going into this blood moon eclipse, and what? Remember, this is for everybody, so it's a general reading. Okay. Strength reversed. Okay, a lot of us are feeling like, oh my God, I'm scared. We can't do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. But you know what? This is what we have to do. We have to have strength. Because it's tough. It is tough. Yeah, a lot of us are like terrified. But okay. We're afraid of being like left out in the cold. We're afraid of being lonely. We're afraid of having something taken from us. Which like letting go is like, forget it. That's like the thing that I find the hardest is letting go. Letting go of anything. I'm really, really working on myself to try to do that. So it takes like a lot of work. It doesn't just happen. It's like a miracle. It just happens. I think like it's just continually, self-affirmation and keep out. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so, look on the bright side. Maybe something good is coming your way out of this. After this feeling and this, this eclipse, maybe you're going to get like a whole new outlook. Maybe, like a brand new life, like starting over. Okay? One more. Queen of Swords. Okay. Yeah. She's analytical. She's logical. Okay. I feel like she should have come up reversed, but like maybe a lot of us are logical and we're trying to control this. That's what I'm taking from this. We're like using our brain and we're trying to like figure this out and be logical. And I think that's really not the way to be. But this is the energy. This is what's going on right now. We feel like we don't have strength. We're terrified of being left out in the cold. But you know what? This Page of Wands gives us a little bit of hope here. That, like, you know what? Once we, release, that you're going to get your reward. And then, yeah, the Queen of Swords here. A lot of us are trying here to control the situation and be analytical and break it down. And what are we going to do? How do I avoid this? Like I told you, the answer is to surrender, which I am like praying and just talking to spirit, help me surrender, help me through this, guide me through this, get my, make sure you have my back and I'm protected. I've been through this. I feel like I've had like the 3-year tower moment. Okay. So, I mean, my life changed drastically. And honestly, I didn't go with the flow with that. I have to tell you, I did not go with the flow at all. and it was to my detriment. I did not go with the flow. I really wallowed in this, I have to tell you. And maybe that's not a good way to be. It really isn't. Like, constantly crying or, reminiscing about the past and just staying in that stagnant energy, which I've been doing, you know. But this summer I really, like, I was like, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try, like I'm going, doing the tarot. I'm writing. I'm an English person. I have a master's in English, so I like to write. I like to read, and I'm just trying to enjoy, like, the moment and try, because I have a very hard time being in the moment. So I'm just trying to, like, enjoy each moment, and I have a big trip coming up, which I'm excited about, but I'm, like, nervous because my kids are not going to be with me. I'm going to London to see my sister and her new baby, and that's, like, a beautiful adventure, of course, with my mother. And I just gotta try to think positive. I really hope that you guys are staying positive, and you know what? Just, like, reflect, try to release, say, like, what's bothering me, what haven't I let go of, and what do I want my future to look like, and kind of speak to spirit. And if you watch Quartz channel, a mystical moment, she gives you a lot of great ways to do that. So I really, like, honestly, I tell you, and I recommend that you go and watch her channel, okay? Because it's amazing. She's really an amazing person. So I hope you guys are getting through this, and you're really taking care of yourself, and you're going within, and you're meditating and breathing. Breathe in, like, all the, think about the negativity. Breathe in. Really, ooh, I tripled. Release, okay? I wish you so much love, and I wish you so much peace. Be kind to other people. Have conversation. I have conversations with everyone. I had to go to the hospital the other day, and I saw this woman. I had to go to the hospital, to see somebody, and I saw this other woman, and like, the nurses weren't taking care of her, and I, like, went over and I, like, took care of her, and, like, I gave her a drink, and it was so reminiscent of me taking care of my father right before my father passed away, July July 1st, and I miss him greatly. I mean, he's my father, and I just remember him being in the nursing home and me doing that, and I just felt like I was giving her such a gift, and it made me feel good. And she's like, thank you so much, give me that with the straw. And when people get older, and, like, it's really hard. I mean, if you've ever been to a nursing home, like, I spent months in a nursing home because of my dad, and that's really, really hard to watch. It really is. People at their final moments, and a lot of times all they have is, like, the people that are the caregivers, and the caregivers aren't as compassionate as they should be. And I said to the nurse, like, when I was in the hospital that day with that woman, I said to her, I go, listen, your job is to have compassion for people. Otherwise, don't do this job. It's like teaching. Like, if you do not have love and compassion for children, don't do that job. Don't do that job, because you have other people's emotions and feelings to take care of. And that's a very, very serious matter. Okay? So be compassionate, be kind. I wish you guys the best. And I'll speak to you tomorrow with the daily reading. Okay? Bye.